According to psychiatrist Jeffrey Satinover, pornography has effects 100 times more intense than heroin, due to ease of access and the number of people harmed, being injected directly into the brain through the eyes. The fact that it is available in an unlimited way online, solely through films and TV shows, glorified as art, accepted by a considerable part of the population, and protected by the Constitution, makes it even more dangerous. The brain does not know the difference between what is real, imaginary, or virtual. When we think about something that provokes desire or any type of emotion, it releases natural chemicals that affect the body and behavior. An example of this happens when you see a photo of something you love to eat. You will soon start to salivate and think about buying or making the food you saw. It's no different with pornography. When we come across pornographic scenes, whether real or virtual, we only feel sexual excitement. As it is a pleasant sensation, it does not seem to be harmful, because what happens in the nervous system is silent. The substantia nigra of the midbrain manufactures dopamines in proportion to what is needed to have sexual intercourse. In the case of pornography, instead of sexual intercourse, masturbation occurs when the brain receives the information that there was no sexual intercourse. It creates a new neural pathway to use the large amount of dopamine that was manufactured, as this is not possible during masturbation. This path is addiction. It starts mildly, and as the access to pornography increases, it intensifies. We found an important negative link between viewing pornography for several hours per week and the volume of gray matter in the striatum of the brain. Scientists at the Max Planck Institute. Some people believe that they are not addicted because they do not have a craving for pornography. It is a mistake to think that way. From the first access, this addictive path is built. Initially, chemical changes occur in the brain. Throughout use, physical changes begin to emerge. It is at this point that the repetitive compulsion is perceived as addiction. An insatiable sexual appetite appears. Even people who have sexual relations begin to feel dissatisfied, which can lead the couple to fights, divorces, and betrayals. Due to dissatisfaction, the addict searches for more obscene content, which can lead to pedophilia, incest, zoophilia, rape. Why do people think they need porn? There are other ways to explore sexuality without the need to use pornography. Some people say that it is necessary to learn new ways of feeling pleasure. Others say that it is important to spice up the relationship. There are still those who think that it is necessary for the person to have knowledge of their own body and also learn how to have sexual relations. No. However, there are other ways to achieve these benefits without causing harm. Sexuality is part of human nature, therefore it should not be neglected. On virtual pages of health professionals, such as sexologists, gynecologists, physiotherapists, and psychologists, there are videos, tips, and studies on how to explore sexuality and get to know your own body. Pornography shows a fantasy of what the body should be like and the exploration of pleasure. Many men and women feel sexually inadequate because they are not like what this fantasy shows. They are also frustrated in their sexual relationships because they are not like the one in the film. Some people, especially women, accept sexual relationships that they don't like, often violent ones, because they think that is the right way, or out of fear of not satisfying their partner and trying to be good in bed. Men create different performances that they learned from pornography, believing that this is what women want, because an actress performed it and it was good. Both leave frustrated, believing that pornography is a way to teach young people how to have sexual relations is an illusion. With or without pornography, couples need to learn about each other. It is necessary to live together to understand the ideal form of pleasure. As each man and woman are different and experience pleasure in different ways. Pornographic standards do not consider this, damaging the couple's emotional intimacy. There are several sources of information to spice up relationships without the need for pornography. Several YouTube channels such as Katia Damasceno, which provide various tips on sexual relations, self-care, and self-knowledge. Several men's websites such as El Hombre present, among other topics, sexual tips so that men can improve their practices.